There have been many transfers in footballing history that have captured the imagination of the public. Ronaldo's move to Al Nassr, Messi's move from his much-romanticized club Barcelona to PSG, and Neymar's move to PSG, which skyrocketed the transfer market, are some of the most talked-about transfers in history. But these were transfers that people saw coming. But there have been transfers on the final day of the transfer window that were unexpected. There are some final day transfers, such as that of David De Gea to Real Madrid, have failed due to a faulty fax machine. On the other side, there are other transfers that took place on the deadline day and gave a new direction to the club. Let's look at the most expensive transfers that took place on the final day. Luis Suarez Ajax to Liverpool, £22.7 million. Luis Suarez's most haunting image for Liverpool is of him crying after the draw with Crystal Palace that more or less guaranteed that they would not win the league. Suarez had joined Liverpool on a frenzied 2011 transfer deadline day when they saw their best player Fernando Torres leave for Chelsea. Though his bouts of biting other players put him in bad rapport, this deadline day transfer to Liverpool for £22.7 million is one of the most memorable ones. Wayne Rooney, Everton to Manchester United, £30 million, 2004. When Wayne Rooney fulfilled all the potential that he had as a teenager under the tutelage of Sir Alex Ferguson, Rooney scored some unbelievable goals for Everton before moving to Manchester United on the transfer deadline day. His dribbling and ability to set up his teammates for goals was something that caught United's eye. He moved to the Manchester Reds for €39 million. He won 13 major trophies, including 5 league titles, 4 League Cups, FA Cup, the Champions League, Europa League, and Club World Cup. Considering his service to the club, Manchester and Rooney both must be more than glad to have made the move. Andy Carroll, Newcastle United to Liverpool, £35 million. Andy Carroll joined the Liverpool Reds on the same day when a certain Fernando Torres exited Liverpool for what was then the 6th most expensive transfer in football history. Andy Carroll had already scored 11 goals in the first half of the Premier League with Newcastle United, and much was expected when he made a final day move to Liverpool on 31st January 2011. With only 11 goals in 3 seasons with Liverpool, Carroll's transfer doesn't bring happy memories for Liverpool fans. Anthony Martial Monaco to Manchester United, $36 million. Anthony Martial hit a majestic goal on his debut against Liverpool at Old Trafford. It was then believed that he would develop into the star that he promised to become, but that was not really the case. With his glaring talent, United paid £36 million for him on the transfer deadline day of 2015. But as he did not play as wonderfully as it was expected of him, he was loaned to Seville. He has returned to the Red Devils and might be hoping to do well under Erik ten Hag. Ronaldo, Inter Milan to Real Madrid, £40.5 million. In his time, Ronaldo, the phenomenon, was the best player in history. Before the Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo saga that set the footballing world ablaze, Ronaldo was talked about as the GOAT. It is still said that he is the finest number 9 to have ever graced a football pitch. When he joined what was to become the Galacticos of Real Madrid, he had broken the then transfer record, that too on the transfer deadline date. In fact, Ronaldo is among only 2 players who have broken transfer records on 2 separate occasions. Mesut Ozil, Real Madrid to Arsenal, £42.5 million. Seeing Mesut Ozil play at his best is to watch the fluidity of football at its poetic best. With a wonderful partnership with Cristiano at Real Madrid, it can be said that Ozil, under Mourinho, developed as a great playmaker. And in his 3 seasons at Madrid, he was always the top assist provider in the league. It is one of the reasons why the signing of this German star to Arsenal on the transfer deadline got the Arsenal fans really excited. Thomas Partey, Atletico Madrid to Arsenal, £45 million. Thomas Partey joined hands with Mikel Arteta at Arsenal on a deadline day transfer in 2020. Under Arteta, Partey have matured into a wonderful player. After some time with Arteta, Arsenal have developed a distinct playing style. With many pundits seeing Arsenal go really far in this Premier League season and possibly lifting the cup, Partey's price of £45 million might prove to be a bargain if they lift the Premier League trophy this season. Fernando Torres, Liverpool to Chelsea, £50 million. Fernando Torres was a beast at the Liverpool Football Club. If there's been any player that matches the aura of Luis Suarez at Liverpool, it has to be Fernando Torres. But in 2011, Chelsea offered to buy the Spanish forward, but Liverpool refused. Torres himself requested a transfer, but Liverpool didn't pay attention. Finally, they caved into the pressure of Chelsea and allowed Torres to move to the London-based club for $50 million, which was a British transfer record at that time. Though Torres wasn't the same player that he was with Liverpool at Chelsea, there's a magnificent image of him winning the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, a memory that Chelsea fans think paid justice eventually. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Dortmund to Arsenal, $56 million. Dortmund just can't hang on to their best players. Such is the cruel reality of modern football. And one player on the long list of would-have-been Dortmund legends is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who joined Arsenal from Dortmund on the transfer deadline day of 2018. This was the most expensive Arsenal signing to this day, and the second most expensive transfer on the deadline day till date. Gareth Bale, Tottenham to Real Madrid, £83.5 million. At Tottenham, Gareth Bale was one of those players who just could not be stopped. Many players even said that even if they knew what Gareth was going to do, they just couldn't stop him from scoring. Such was the respect that he commanded. This was why he left for Real Madrid for a whopping £83.5 million on the transfer deadline day. With him being a part of Real Madrid that won the Champions League back-to-back-to-back, Gareth is sure to go down in history as one of the most coveted players in the history of Bernabeu. Share your favorite memory of the transfer deadline day in the comments below.